Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. My name is Sarah. I'm the Health and Fitness Specialist in McLean, Virginia. And today I'm going to be taking you through a banded strength and mobility session. As you can see, our setup is a little bit different today because we are really focusing on our thoracic spine and our hips. So we're going to do some joint mobilization today in our lower body and then work on some postural control muscles in our upper back today. But let's just go ahead and get started on our hands and our knees, getting a nice warm up in. So we're going to start with our usual warm up, hands and knees, going into a cat-cow. If the audio sounds weird, you guys are coming through my AirPods today because I am in an open space and Jess is teaching a class right next door. So I wanted to make sure that you guys could hear me and eliminate a lot of the other distracting sounds coming from around here. So palms are placed under our shoulders, knees are placed under our hips, belly button falls to the floor as forehead raises to the ceiling, and then curl, pressing through the spine into the sky, curling back down into a cow pose, and then like a scared cat, curling the back. Let's keep this cycle going for 3 more. I hope you guys have had a fantastic week so far. I know it's been kind of cold and rainy here in McLean, but the sun finally came out today and we have nice 60-degree weather. So hopefully if you guys have opportunities, you can go outside for a lovely walk. All right, let's go ahead and reset. We're going to go into our T-spine rotations. So hand behind the head, elbow is going to touch opposite elbow, and then rotate up to the sky. 5 on each side here. Now, while this exercise is focusing mostly on our thoracic spine mobility, fun fact, it's also working on our shoulder stability on our bottom shoulder, the one that's holding the weight and rotating. So you're actually getting a few more benefits than you think. Let's go ahead and switch. Rest the elbow on the head, elbow to elbow, and rotate. And one more here. Good, go ahead and relax. We are gonna move into hip circles now. So warming up our range of motion here. Again, back in that hands and knees position, drawing the knee up, out, up, and in, drawing a nice big circle with your hip. Last one, we're just doing 5 on each side, nice and slow. So draw up, out, and down. 2 more here. And relax. All right, pick your favorite side to lay on. Actually, no, we're not laying today. We are doing our open books in a half kneeling position. So we're going to open up some hip mobility here. So arms are coming out in front of us, open, out, away from this rested knee here, and back in 5 times. Last one. Relax. Switch your base leg here. And we have one more. Relax. All right, so for today's session, we are going to need a big root band. I'm using a little bit of a heavier resistance, not quite the lightest resistance, but the next step up, because for this joint mobilization, you really want some tension on there. So I'm using a little bit of a thicker band. Use whatever you have. If you only have a loose resistance band, you can tie that in a knot around a stable surface, or you can place the knot in the hinge area of your doorway so that it's stable and won't move. But if you are going to hook it onto something like I am today, I have this little ball rack here. You're going to use a little loop, and you're going to stick the majority of the band through that little loop and work it through so that it creates almost like a little slip knot situation. All right, so for today, like I said, we're working a lot on our joint mobilizations. So what that means is we are adding an external force to pull open the joint while we are actively moving that joint through a range of motion. Okay, so it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel a little weird. But if you have tight hips like I do, these are lifesavers. I do recommend having an extra little pad, mat, towel, whatever you can use, just to help your knees out a little bit, because this can be a little bit heavy on the knees. So I'm just gonna make sure that I have a stable surface for my knees. I have enough space. I think I'm gonna end up like out there. All right, so how we're gonna do this, you're going to step into the band. I'm gonna do my right leg first. So right leg steps into the band. You're gonna walk it up so that it sits right on this hip flexor area. You're gonna step out nice and far so that there is tension on that band. Where did that come from? I might not be able to move quite as far as I had hoped. So knee comes down onto this mat. I think I might have to move you this way. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just because I have to come at kind of an angle with that so that I don't end up pulling it all the way off the wall. Okay, so for the mobilizations, we'll put you here. All right. Get back. All right, take 2. Step in the band, up around the hip, walk out, and place that knee down on the ground. All right, so first mobilization, we're gonna work just on some hip flexion. So we're just gonna press against the band, letting it pull us backwards. So knee is pressing over toe here, hip is dropping down towards the floor. We're gonna do 5 rocks here. And then 1 more. Step up out of the band and switch our legs. So now your left leg is in the band, stepping out to feel tension. Whoop, come here. Left leg can move a little bit further. And then again with this right leg, woo! Hips are a little stronger than I thought they were. Give me 1 second. Go back. You get to hang out for 1 second. I need to grab a weight so that I'm not easily pulling it with me. Take 2. As you can tell, this wasn't entirely thought through in the most effective manner. That should be enough, I hope. I might just end up knocking over the kettlebell. All right. Let's resume where we left off. Okay, so pressing over, knee over toe here, letting the band pull us back 5 times, really pressing down towards the ground here. One more, down to the ground, and relax. Slowly raise, and step back. Oh my goodness. Today is going to make me angry. All right, next we are moving into external and internal rotations. So this time, when we step in, the leg with the band is going to be the leg that's up, and we're going to come to the side with it now, okay? So that band is pulling on our inner thigh. Nice and comfortably. Not. So again, we want lots of tension here so that it's pulling on that joint. And we're just going to pull the knee in against the band for 5. So I'm drawing the knee in, letting it reset. And 1 more. And then now I'm letting it pull the band to that external. And 1 more. Good. Step in and switch. So now left leg steps in. Okay. Jeez Louise. All right. Hopefully you can still see me. So we're working that internal rotation first. Sorry, it wants to slide down my thigh. So in, and then going out, letting the band pull, using those inner thigh muscles to pull us back in. Good. All right. Next, we get to step out of the band and we get to bring our pad over here because we are going to do a stretch called a couch stretch. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to set up almost like a Bulgarian split squat. So our foot is nice and rested on the bench, but we're just going to drop the knee down to the floor. Whoop. Let me walk this foot out just a little bit. There we go. And we're just going to try and get butt towards the heel here, sitting up nice and tall, getting a nice good stretch in that quad, in that hip flexor. We're just going to hold this for 15 seconds each leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the hands down, lift, and switch. There we go. Alrighty. Woo! This leg is a little bit tighter than my other leg. Alright, 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Relax. Alright, raising back up. Alright, let's take about 15 seconds and we're going to head back in to that hip flexor mobilization. Now, with this second round of, I don't even know if I can get this out. Aha, I'm a genius. Second round of mobilizations, we're going to work this into a pigeon pose. So I'll show you how to do that with our external and internal rotations coming up shortly. So for now, I'm going to start with my left leg because I feel like left leg didn't get as much love as the right leg last time. So knee comes down, knee over toe, hip flexor drops. Let that band pull back against the joint and relax. One more. And come up. Switch. Right knee drops to the ground. Whoop. And press down. Knee over toe. Woo. And one more. Good. All right. So next, with this pigeon pose, let's start with the left leg. So bring that over yonder. So you still, no. I think it might be externally. this way. Having an instructor blonde moment. Give me 1 second while I figure this out. Versus, nope, I was right. Okay, so same setup. We're gonna have it pulling internally for this stretch. So how we want to do this is we want to place the hands on the ground. This knee is going to drop to the ground, and we're just going to hold this pigeon pose. Let it pull everything externally. So what a pigeon pose is you walk your knees up in between your hands and almost like a figure 4 position. Stretches your glutes, forces external rotation of the knee. All right, let's go ahead and relax out of there. Switching legs. Step in with the right. Lots and lots and lots of tension here. And then hands down. Stepping up through and sinking into this pigeon pose. Let the band kind of sit in that little crevice between your groin and your thigh and pull on the joint to open up this stretch. For 3, 2, 1. Slowly let it release. Whoop, and back up we go. All right, one more round of couch stretch, 15 seconds per knee. And then we get to move on to our upper body. All right, let's start with the left leg. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. Balance is a difficult task for me today for some reason. All right, drop that leg down. With this leg, I can't quite sit up super tall. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. And switch. For 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. Get some water if you haven't already. I'm going to just tilt this so that our bench is mostly what we're focused on. I think / hope you can see it better now. Okay, so we get to spend quite a bit of time on our stomachs during this circuit. So what we're going to start with is we're going to go through I's, T's, and Y's. So go ahead and make yourself nice and comfortable on the bench. So an I looks something like this. It's actually looking more like an A. I don't even know if you can see me very well. Ugh. Let's tilt you down just a itty bitty. Would it really be a me video if I didn't have to adjust the camera 1,010 times? All right, back on their stomachs. Ooh, maybe. Okay. Long girl does not quite fit on the bench. Okay, so T's, nice and self-explanatory, coming directly out from the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blade, coming down, Y's, 45 degrees, raising here, eyes, palms up, squeezing back here. More like an A raise than an I raise. You can also do it like straight up like this, but sometimes I feel like that can be a little bit too much when it comes to trying to activate the shoulders. So we're going to do 5 rounds of all 3. So you'll start with an I. So 1, 1, 1. That's 1. Here's 2. Go for 3. Now with this motion, you really want to feel your shoulder blades contracting here. You shouldn't feel like you have to lift your chest in order to get this motion going, okay? This is a shoulder blade activation. We have 1 more here. And relax. Okay, next we get to work our way down to one side. We're gonna start. I'm gonna elevate my elbow just a little. I can't tell. This mat is my handy dandy tool today. So we're going to let the shoulder relax, lift into external rotation, and relax. 5 of these. And then I'll show you from this way just what you should see from all angles. So isolating the shoulder here, working on this external rotation, big squeeze, 1 more, and relax. Okay, next we're going to focus a little bit on a thoracic extension. So we're going to sit so that our shoulder blades line up with the back of the bench here, working on extending over, resetting, extending, resetting. Now, if your bench is too high, you can do this with a foam roller. But the main focus here is on really extending through that mid-back. And we have 1 more here. All right. Take about 15 seconds, and then we're going to head into round 2 of our ITYs. Super fun activities today. You can't tell, I was feeling quite creative. So if you don't have access to a bench, a ottoman at your home will do, your desk chair will do, just anything that is elevated and will give you enough height to get a full range of motion. You don't have a band, you can also just do all of these stretches / exercises body weight. You just won't get the mobilization aspect of things, but you're still getting movement in that joint, which is good. But yeah, let's hop on in to round 2. Start with the Y race. The I race. Squeezing. Big squeezes in the shoulder blade here. One more. And relax. All right, slide on down to the floor elegantly if you can. Don't want to fall off and hurt ourselves here. Rest that elbow up off of the bench, and then I would recommend having the arm about 90 degrees from the body. And switch. Resting that elbow elevated. Relax. And let's find our bench for a nice T-spine extension. 10 here. So big inhale. Relax on the exhale. Two more. And last one. Good. Go ahead and relax. So, we're just going to stretch for a couple of minutes. I know mobility can also feel like stretching, but it's a lot of muscular activation. So, we're going to have to move it again. Follow me. Da, da, da. Cool. Alrighty. Just gonna get nice and comfy cozy in my little corner over here. We're just gonna start in a nice butterfly pose. Soles of the feet are together. You can press down with your elbows if you prefer. but really force those knees open down to the ground as we try to lead with the belly button forward in between those hips. For 3, 2, 1, relax, extend one leg long, other leg is going to cross over for a nice spinal twist. For 3, 2, 1, relax and switch. For 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, let's end on a figure 4, or almost a hamstring stretch, but we're going to add a little overhead reach here, opening up our QL as well. Try to keep this knee as down as you can. For 3, 2, 1, slowly coming on out of there and switching to reach with the left. For 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, we're going to continue a little bit of this thoracic mobilization here. What we're going to do, scooch towards me just a little. Elbows are going to rest on the bench. You're going to walk the knees away. Head is going to drop. Palms are going to rest in between the shoulder blades. Breathe into this stretch here for 10 seconds. For 3, 2, 1, up we come, and relax. Alrighty, so that is all I had for today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a little different than what we've done in the past, but getting new ways to find mobility is always a good thing. Woo! Let me not fall and bust my butt. I hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday, and I won't see you guys until next week. So have a fantastic weekend. We are fully into the swing of March now, so keep an eye out for any other updates. We have our March Madness happening right now. So if you want to create your own bracket, feel free to do so. Find your ultimate exercise. And I will see you guys again next week for some new content. Have a fantastic day. Bye, guys.